This might be a hot take, but Asian women need to stop dating white guys. And I'm telling you this as someone who was literally created by a white man and an Asian woman. Okay, I am not judging whatsoever. I am just telling you from firsthand experience, it causes problems. Because growing up mixed, it was fun until it wasn't. Because when you're a kid, you're like, oh my God, I hit the genetic lottery. Because people would always come up and ask me, like, what are you? Making me feel special, like I was a rare Pokemon card. Okay, and then I also got the best of both worlds of each culture. So my dad would take me tailgating, blasting country music, while my mom would bring me to Japanese school every Saturday, learning hiragana, eating bento boxes. It was East meets West, rice cooker meets barbecue. But this was the big issue. Okay, being the byproduct of the Oxford study, like beautiful Asian woman meets mid-white guy, that dynamic bleeds into every aspect of your life, especially relationships. But honestly, nothing in life could have prepared me for this. Okay, when I was 12 years old, my dad and I just finished dinner with our extended family. And it wasn't at like a McDonald's or an Olive Garden. It was like a fancy restaurant for a 12-year-old. You know, like Cheesecake Factory level fancy, where they had dim lighting, warm bread, and it just made you feel grown as soon as you walked in there. And I remembered I like curled my hair, wore my fancy fake leather jacket I got from Target, while my dad pulled out his good polo, like the one that he only brought out when he needed to look presentable. And as we're leaving the restaurant, my dad is holding my hand walking around the street as any dad would. But this is where things get weird, okay? My dad is not a very tall man. Like, he might be 5'8" on a good day, and that's being generous. And when I was 12, I was quite tall for my age because I hit my growth spurt early. So I guess from behind, maybe from a distance, we might have looked like two adults holding hands. Because we're waiting at the crosswalk, you know, hand in hand, minding our business, when this random white woman turns to us and goes, wow, you guys make a beautiful couple.
So I'm still trying to figure out where the issues are. I don't really see any kind of problem where a white man shouldn't talk to an Asian woman. But I guess we'll go ahead and continue into the video.
Girl, the way my hand literally teleported out of my dad's, like it was burning me, and me and my dad just look at each other like, what the fuck did this woman just say? Couple? So we speed walked to the car, just sat there in silence.
I'm not seeing the problem.
The air in that car was so freaking heavy. And my dad finally goes like, that woman was so weird. I can't believe she said that. And we never talked about it again. It was like we both immediately locked it in the family trauma vault. But that moment haunted the both of us. And the thing is, that was even the worst of it.
Y'all want to have some kind of trauma so bad. Y'all want to be behind. Y'all want to have an issue. You want to say, hey, white women or white men don't date Asian women because this is what my traumatic experience. I could look at her and tell that she ain't never really had no traumatic experiences in her life. Like, she just want to join in on the club. And because we live in a culture and society on social media where everybody wants to trauma bond, and if you're not going through something or if you can't relate to it, then oh my God, whatever. So a woman, a random white woman, passed y'all and then said, oh my God, y'all make a cute couple. And that goes into the family vault for trauma.
The worst of it happened 12 years later. I'm 25 now, and my brother had a kid, my nephew Oliver, and he's like the cutest little happy boy you've ever seen. Big chubby cheeks, big eyes, soft brown hair. So whenever I had time, I'd tag along with my dad, dropping him off at preschool. And this kind of became our little routine. Like my dad, Ollie, and I all holding hands, like the cutest 3-person chain you've ever seen. So this one morning, we're walking him up to the preschool entrance, and it's like this sunny day. I'm in a big hoodie with leggings. Ollie has his dinosaur backpack, and my dad is just looking like a dad. Okay, so this day, there happened to be a substitute teacher because I guess his normal teacher was on maternity leave. And she introduces herself, all smiles, looking at us in our 3-person chain, and goes, "Oh my God, it is so nice to meet you. You guys must be Ollie's parents." Must? Like, I literally felt my soul leave my body. Like I had a full neurological shutdown. Okay.
So in 25 years of you being on this earth, your upbringing was so awesome that the best two examples that you can come up with of trauma is you being mistakenly taken for a woman that was in a couple with your father, because older guys talk to younger women all the time. So that's not even a trauma. Like that's not even a thing. Like we have to try to figure out where the Asian meets white man experience is making you a problem, because it's people every single day that ain't Asian. It's black couples that be together and they be like, "Oh my God, you guys look so good together." And no, that's just my daughter. I'm trying. I'm still. All right, let me give it a little bit of time, y'all. Sometimes it's not always gonna go the way that we think that it's gonna go.
And we were too stunned to speak, which ended up being the worst possible thing we could have done. Because not even a few days later, it was Ollie's preschool's like Christmas performance type thing. You know, the kind where like they push together 3 tables and call it a stage, and all the kids are wearing like polyester itchy costumes. So our whole family came to support him. And we're sitting in this tiny like old auditorium, and Ollie's class comes on wearing these red and green sweaters, singing Jingle Bells off key, but it's adorable because they are basically feral. But then the teachers start handing out awards. Okay, these are not real awards. This is like participation on steroids.
Part,
like
and we just gonna go ahead and
best
move on.
smile, best wiggle, most improved in standing still. It's one of those type of schools, right? I'm like, okay, cute, whatever. But they call out Ollie's name for winning the best backpack. I don't even know. Like, I guess his dinosaur backpack slayed harder than the other kids. But then the teacher decides this is the perfect opportunity to shout out his parents and starts gesturing to me and my dad. Me and my dad. And we're
All right, y'all. Listen. We got to get out of the trauma Olympics right now. We got to get out of the situations where everybody believed that they went through something. You had a good upbringing. You were in a great space. Your father raised you right. And I honestly believe that a lot of this comes from people trying to, even her, like trying to villainize her father, getting with a white woman or getting with an Asian woman. I think that white men are looked at as the villains in some capacity, even in a situation where everything just went awesome. White men are generally looked at as the villains in society. And so, as much as I want all of my 7, 8, 9 minutes back, I think that this is a learning lesson. And this needs to be an example. And the only reason I'm gonna put this video out is because it needs to be an example of how much everybody wants to be a victim and nobody actually wants to say, you know what, I had a great upbringing. I'm not a victim. I need to just shut the fuck up. And I don't know why everybody is complaining out here in these streets. But I'm gonna link back to the content creator just because it's the right thing to do. Let me know what you guys think inside of the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon link is in the description. Teach Henley 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get the fuck out of here, bro.